Not long after my abilities had returned, did the memories of my past begin to reemerge as well. Some parts are still muddled and hazy, but the moments that were the most profound, the ones that stuck with me the most, the ones that helped shape who or what I am today, those I can never forget. It was like a bad dream. Back then, well, perhaps I should set the stage. A cross-dimensional event occurred long ago, and since then, things that normally wouldn't exist outside of fiction suddenly became the new norm. You see, in this world, you now have many more species than previously documented. Humans were no longer the sole dominating species in regards to intelligent life. No, this class would be shared with the likes of demons, shadows, spirits, elementals, those whom humans would consider to be monsters, and other such otherworldly entities which now existed amongst us. An unexplained phenomenon that, according to the history books, lasted less than an hour, yet would leave an everlasting aura that would change this world forever. There have been numerous reports since then of other interdimensional rift openings from time to time. However, they were too sporadic and short of a window to ever track properly. It's brought up in casual conversation now and again, with common sentiment believing that the governments of the world knew more than they were letting on. However, it didn't, or rather couldn't, stop people from moving on with their lives. Humans, surprisingly, had gotten over the shock and awe of strange events as if they were everyday normal occurrences. Perhaps they realized that what was done couldn't be undone, and the only other option was to move on. That's all one could ever do, right? So what do we know about these otherworldly entities? Not much, other than the fact that we outnumber them, and that they possess the same awareness as us. But what do we know about humans? Many things. They can be everything. They can be nothing. They can be heroes or they can be villains. They can either be hardworking or they could be lazy. They could be peaceful or they could be hateful. They could choose to do whatever fits their self-interest, or they could help others. But one thing that remains constant amongst humanity, the fear and resentment of the unknown. Difference. Therein lies the ever-present underlying issue, only aggravated by the current state of the world we live in. Now, mixing this, what we know about humans, along with other unexplained worldly phenomena amidst the youthful years of being a teenager, at a time where people are in the process of discovering their place in the world, you'll quickly find yourself with a deadly combination on your hands. The stage is now set. Here is where the story truly begins. Back then, if you fit the criteria for what was considered popular, in short, beauty and status, you were considered fit to be praised and acknowledged. Those who didn't win the genetic lottery, however, didn't make the cut and were quickly ostracized, ridiculed, and dismissed. By human standards, this was considered standard fare, but as part of the unexplained worldly phenomena that I mentioned earlier, the Faceless emerged. One day, without warning, people started walking around with these mysterious face masks, completely at random around the globe. At first it started with what seemed like a few people. But then as time passed, more and more people appeared to be wearing them. The masks came in various patterns, shapes, and sizes, with no two masks being identical, almost as if they were crafted uniquely to the person wearing them. Non-mask wearers thought it was just some sort of quirky, growing trend or widespread joke meant to cause mass confusion, or simply a ploy for attention. That was until some of those people started appearing with masks as well. The strange thing was, some were unaware that they even had them on, claiming that the mask just appeared on their faces without them even realizing it. Even stranger, when those mask users took their masks off, It would seem like the mask just reappeared back on their faces. Again, the mask wearers would be seemingly unaware of when this process took place, even going as far as to claim that they didn't notice the mask covering their faces even when gazing at their own reflection in a mirror, leading people to believe that their senses and mental state were altered by the strange phenomenon that had been quickly spreading throughout the globe. The ones that were aware didn't want to take them off, and if they did, they would find themselves plastered with another face mask. This odd phenomenon caused much confusion and concern, and was treated like a fast-spreading virus. At first, people assumed it was completely at random who got afflicted with the mask. Scientists did extensive studies on them, theorizing that it was the effect of some biological agent. Demons, animals, and entities with ethereal, non-biological forms seemed to be unaffected by this phenomenon. It was mainly found to affect humans, that also included children. It wasn't long before a pattern was observed. People who got mocked or received trauma on account of being the victim of abuse of any sort seemed to have formed the mask almost without fail. It was discovered that a group of rogue scientists had done cruel and inhumane experiments on both children and adults in a hidden lab somewhere in an effort to try and stimulate mask formation. They were eventually caught, but before they were, had managed to release some of their illegal research results to the public. In a nutshell, it was discovered that the formation of masks was triggered by something purely psychological. It was also discovered that some of the scientists involved in inhumane experiments developed masks themselves. This, combined with other reports, left a negative stigma towards mask users that they were not only mentally unstable, but that they were also extremely violent as well. This snowballed over time to the point where you were heavily looked down upon and stereotyped if you were wearing these masks. The Faceless, as they were called. In other words, nothing had changed from before, just humans being humans and treating each other like they've always been. Only difference now is, being faceless just made you an easier target to see coming and hate. Then I entered the timeline for this nonsense. Going through the motions and serving time in this precursor to prison, also known as junior high school. The public school system. What a real shit show. I saw everything that was happening around me. I see the way they look at them. I didn't like it. I don't. Of course, it wasn't long before I donned my own mask. A partial one at that. A definite rarity, but it didn't stop the other kids at the time from giving me the anticipated BS. But what really caught me off guard was the resentment I received from full maskers. Because I was a rare partial, I actually got shit on from both sides. You'd think people would be sympathetic to one's similar plight. Instead, as soon as they get the chance, they turn on you in the same manner as their oppressors. That's when I realized humans don't want to be equals. They just want to be better than the next guy. From that point on, I made a resolute decision to walk my own path. Began to loathe people. Became a loner. Lunchtime was another sad sack of misery and frustration. Couldn't find a place to sit, seeing as how mask wearers and non-mask wearers both despised my existence. In any case, I would refuse to eat in the same confines as those who would look down on me simply because they won the genetic lottery, which essentially took no effort on their part other than being squeezed out of their mother's disgusting holes. I took my lunch elsewhere. Teachers giving me shit about not being where I was supposed to be, knowing darn well it was the same as feeding me to the wolves. They didn't even pretend to care. Standard school routine. So to avoid everyone's bitching, I opted to sneak up on the school roof during my lunches. It was then that I saw her, minding her own business. Too cool for the school. It was the first time I met her. Hey. So it's not gonna be a big deal if I sit here, right?
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
I was surprised she even responded. Sitting there alone on a rooftop. So quiet and mysterious. I felt compelled to say something. Even though it was evidently clear that she didn't want to be bothered. But naturally, stupid human gut reaction had to take its course. Hey, so, I hope you don't mind me asking, but what class are you in? Gee, way to go, big mouth. What a great conversation starter. What's next? Ask her how the weather's going? Idiot. She clearly didn't want to be bothered. You just had to go and make things awkward.
A1.
What? I still can't believe that she responded. Wow, you're in the top class.
It's easy here, given the competition.
Oh, well, she's very direct.
Why do you keep looking over at me all frightened? Never seen a mask wearer up close? You have one yourself.
What? No, that's not it. I don't care about the stupid mask. I just wanted...
What? You wanted to talk to me? Why? Because we're both faceless and you thought you could relate?
I just wanted to talk, I guess.
Well, save your breath. I'm not even one of you.
What do you mean?
I'm saying I'm not human like one of you. Get it?
Oh, you mean you're one of those otherworldly people, right? Are you an angel?
What? No. And angels are extinct, by the way.
Cool. Are you a demon? That's pretty neat.
No, I'm a shadow elemental. And if you tell anyone, I'll kill you.
Cool. Where are you from? I have so many questions. Do you have powers? What's it feel like? You must be like super strong.
You're a strange one, I'll give you that. Most people are terrified of me.
Yeah, well, most people are dumb. The name's Chris. Nice to meet you. What's yours?
My name? My name is...
That's right. Her name was Malum. Yes, the same one who's currently an elite member of an organization of assassins who's trying to hunt me down is the same one that I went to school with. We've had a long, complicated past, but here I am, present day, fighting to save my life. Whatever was left of it. It's almost depressing how much weaker I've gotten. I mean, I'm stronger now than I was back then, but having to relearn my net abilities had set me back a bit. Back in my prime, I used to be able to conjure 17 blades at once. Although back then it came easier since I didn't pull any of my punches. I was so full of contempt for society. What happened? Am I still trying to find my place in the world? How much have I really grown? Funny I'm even thinking about Malum. Since I'm using her knowledge and skills she taught me way back then to fight off the assault brought on by the same organization that she works for. I remember. I was so fascinated by her. Back then, I didn't know anything. But she was knowledgeable in so many things. I would spend hours just listening to her tell me things about the world. She taught me how to fight, the origins of her people, where and how she came into being, her shadow abilities. She was so smart and strong and naturally gifted at everything. I wanted to be just like her. Would never admit directly to her that I used to think she was the coolest person ever. When I was with her, it felt like we could do anything. She showed me how to unlock my potential to become stronger. She taught me all about Nen and how to utilize it to further enhance my own abilities. We would spar occasionally. And you know, that reminds me. Of all the times we fought, I never beat her once. But things are different now. Right now I have to focus on what I want. Focus on becoming stronger. Well, we had our fun, but it's time to move forward. Malum, I'm no longer your follower, or anyone else's for that matter. I think I used too much power.
Ira, can you hear me?
What? Who's there? Someone calling me?
Ira.
Hello? Someone there? Wait, what is this? Where is this? Where am I? It's so noisy. I can't hear over all this noise.
Ira. Focus. Ira. Chris.
Yeah? Hello? Who's this? Who's calling me?
You forgot my voice already?
What? No. Malum? I recognize you.
Can you see me?
I can hear you. What is this place? It feels like I have no body. It doesn't feel like I'm anywhere.
Listen, Chris, we need to discuss some things.
Time for discussion is over. I'm coming for your teammates, Mallow.
And when the time comes, do you think you can kill me as well?
Always underestimated me. Just like back then.
I know you're strong. I don't doubt you're a threat, at least to the organization. Actually, about that. Well, have you been hearing voices lately?
Yeah, yours.
That's not what I meant. What I mean is...
Chris.
What the hell?
It's you. Why are you here?
Chaos. This one is trying to distract you.
Yeah, who the hell are you? You sound familiar, though. It's getting crowded in here. What the hell's going on?
I am your subconscious. Do you remember?
No, you're not. I remember you. We've met a long time ago. I'm pretty sure I had banished you once before.
This one assumes to know me from somewhere? Ha ha!
Why are you here? What is your purpose with Chris?
I'm only here to guide you to the right path, unlike this one.
Chris, don't listen to him. This entity is not human.
Neither are you, elemental, one who does not even possess a natural body.
And how the hell do you even know about me?
I am Chris's subconscious. I know what he knows.
You're lying. I know your true purpose. You're,
Taya! Wake up! She's tracking you.
What?
You're in a dream. You fell asleep after your fight with Mr. Bear. Now focus. Wake up! She's tracking your location through your aura.